My solution to that is obviously very different than yours, which is legalize like medical abortions, make them more accessible. That's my
Your solution to the dangers of the abortion pill is more abortion pills?
And I don't think I don't think a grown adult would have the right to my organs. I don't think a fetus would have the right to my organs just because they are human. Like, it's not development necessarily that matters to me.
Doesn't that child is nursing right now, still? She just getting it done. Does she have the right to her mother? Is her mother's organs?
Right, because it's her choice.
But no, what I'm saying by right, can she then say, oh, you know what, police officer, I killed my child, but I didn't kill them. I just didn't give him consent. Like, what starved to death? What are you talking about? Oh, I just didn't give him consent to my organs. Obviously, we understand as a society that mothers and fathers have special obligations toward their children, right? So the bodily autonomy argument that you're kind of like talking about now is as a tricky one, because where does it end, right? Like this child is still dependent entirely on its mom for survival, right? And she couldn't just go on vacation for 2 weeks and say, oh, I just didn't consent to use my body anymore.
I think when you consent to having a child, like when she is then out of the weeds, I think that's where at least there's a hard distinction in my mind, where it's like, where when you sign like the birth certificate and when your name is on there, that's your child. Like,
so like you think if pregnant, you think I could just start smart and not like stop consenting to the baby growing?
I think to a certain extent there's less of an obligation to
like, I'm 6-7-ish things along, and you think I could just be like, I'm not fit any touch face anymore.
I think there's less of an obligation to be set, and I can't exactly visualize it.
What I love talking about you with, like, you're so open. You're actually thinking about this. I will take people like you, like 1,000 of them all day long, because you actually want to think and be consistent about things. Like, people now just don't even care. You know what I mean? They just don't.
I think it's too fraught of a conversation.
Yeah.
Because I think at the end of the day, oh my God, how's it going? I'll text you guys in a minute. Hi, spirit friends. But
nice.
I think at the end of the day, people are experiencing harm at the hands of anti-abortion laws. I think at the end of the day, people are, to a certain extent, suffering from it. And I think when you get to that point, it's no longer a conversation about, like, it's no longer an ideological conversation. It's actually, like, affecting people.
What makes you say that? Like, what would you point to as, like, pro-life harm?
Well, I think we don't, like, you guys talked about it. You guys are walking the walk, and I appreciate that. But I think that there's not enough of that happening. Resources are being taken away, and they're not being released. And with the rate at what it's going at, people aren't able to, like, comfortably have children because there just aren't the societal supports anymore. There aren't the social supports. People aren't expected to take care of each other in the same way. And I think that it's unrealistic to expect people to, like, all take advantage of, I mean, let's say the foster care system. If we're having a ton of babies and putting them all up for adoption, putting them all into foster care, the system that's already overwhelmed is going to become significantly more overwhelmed in a significantly shorter period of time. That's not a feasible option either. So it's like, I think right now it is affecting people. If we had better systems, if we had more groups that were actually willing to give that support to people like you are, then I think that would be different. But
so, like,
you're few and far
between. Just for well, I don't know about that. I don't know if you know this, most people don't. There's, like, pregnancy resource centers outnumber abortion clinics 4-1 in America. But just for the purpose of, like, I guess, clarification, how much resources would be sufficient as a society to take child killing off the table for you?
I think free preschool.
So, okay, so
free child care.
We just put so you're saying free child care, free school.
Those are two significant things.
If you had it, you would say no abortion tomorrow.
I'd say that and other things. I'd say make healthcare more accessible. Doctor's appointments are expensive, man. I have Crohn's disease. I spend
I hear you.
thousands and thousands of dollars every year, like even with insurance. That's obscene.
What's
Giving
wild-
birth in a hospital is $30,000.
Sure, yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's massive social nets for all that. Birth is free across America with Medicare, but that's not really often
Not everyone's
talked about.
eligible for Medicare.
Yeah, sure. And I definitely do think that, society doesn't run off of, rainbows and fairy tales either. Like, and we have to be able to pay for medical personnel. They have to live too. So I get it. And what's ironic right now is like some of the places where we have the most socialized healthcare, we have the highest rates of suicide, right? Like Canada, third largest cause of death in Canada right now is medically assisted suicide. Third largest cause of death in Canada. And they have socialized healthcare, and many of them are actually coming to the United States. This is another conversation entirely, but like many of them come to the United States right now because they can't get elective surgeries and stuff like that, But what's fascinating to me is just this question. I always have to ask, in compared to what, right? Things are hard. People can't afford things, but compared to what? I mean, when you compare it to the vast majority of all of our ancestors had to go through in the world, and we are living in the most luxurious and prosperous time in human history.
I can agree with you on that, but I don't like appeals to like history with that, because it's like we can say that like cavemen had to deal with so many more things, but that's not our reality today.
But isn't
our reality today is that we have more resources like available for people, but they're all allotted in the stupidest places. Elon Musk just became a trillionaire.
Yeah.
Who needs $1 trillion in any world?
Yeah, I hear ya. I guess my only problem with that is it seems like the presupposition is because people may be poor, we should be able to kill people, which was you mentioned the Nazis. That was the eugenic ideal that actually ended up founding Planned Parenthood in America. I don't know if you know the eugenic connection of Margaret Sanger and the Nazi Party, but all the eugenics society was literally shared office space with Margaret Sanger in Manhattan in the 1920s, So I guess the fundamental problem is like poverty does not justify homicide.
Poverty doesn't justify homicide, but I mean that's even saying that a fetus is a human, which I still don't know how I feel about that. I feel honestly pretty split on that still. But
what else would it be?
I think it's a fetus. I don't think
that's just Latin for small child, right?
When you're born, you are able to like experience things on a more real level than I think you are where you're in.
Well, yeah, I can experience more things on a real level than her. She can't even do math yet. She probably doesn't have a single memory right
She's
now.
She's gonna be awesome at math.
If you that was born 21 now.
Yeah.
And they fought for his life. I mean, fight for life was spent. So they fought for his life and he lived. Abortions are happening as 36 way past that.
Yeah, totally.
And you were talking a little bit about, and we're talking about Planned Parenthoods. Like, why will Planned Parenthoods let women see the ultrasounds? Because they don't want them to see that it's a baby. It's not a clump of cells. It's not a tumor. It's a parasite. And I don't know if you've ever seen what happens in an abortion, but it is the most gruesome thing. He found a box of babies in DC, like 5 full-born things that people have aborted. It is
barbaric. I'm not trying to like get you.
I see what you're saying, but I also have like difficulty.
And so I just filmed.
He's got pictures of them. If you want
the video, if you'd like to see it. Yeah. So this you can also look up.
Into the shade.
You can also look up the national news story was on this too. It was called Justice for the 5.
Sorry.
But these babies were found in a box in Washington D.C. outside of the abortion clinic.
Justice for the 5, though, insinuates that's not. Like if it's justice for the 5.
Justice for all babies, but there's 5 babies in this box, is what I'm saying.
I love that you guys team up.
Kind of wild that you just randomly ran into the guy who did this, but
do something about the greatest atrocity, the greatest human rights violation of the most innocent and defenseless human beings that are systematically being eliminated on your street.
the DCPD ended up doing a press conference when we turned these babies over and said all of these babies were legally aborted according to DC law.
I mean, yeah, that is crazy. Correct me if I'm wrong, though, but the large majority of abortions happen first trimester.
Yeah, and only 2% of Americans at the height of slavery owned slaves. It's, you know, I mean...
Those are two different things.
Well, no, they're human beings. One is being enslaved and one is being killed. I mean, that's a human being, its own separate DNA, arms, legs, fingers, eyes, toes.
DNA is absolutely the same, but I mean...
And what same as...
The DNA is the same as you and me.
Yeah.
They have the same cells.
Well, and it's distinct DNA.
Well, yeah, of course, they're unique, like, combinations.
So I worked at UCLA Medical Center as a respiratory therapist. I used to put these little babies on ventilators. Every single one of these babies could have survived outside of the womb with basically no help. And I get...
Basically no help.
Like, maybe a nasal cannula? I mean, it's just like, you know, here's the fact of the matter is, I get what you're like, here, we as a society, and I'm not trying to like put this on you, but like, I really do think that we have been so propagandized by just like the common sentiment. Like, but anybody, like if you took if aliens dropped down and saw that, they would be like, what the hell? You guys do that? Like you have to, like,
aliens,
come
so
on.
You can't do that.
No. I'm just saying, if intelligent life forms that have no concept of what we
there's
do,
recognition. Like I recognize, like
that is
probably closer. I mean, like it's At what point during gestation does a fetus become a human? Like that's a really hard line.
There's a Bob Dylan song that says,
Right.
"How many times will they close their eyes and pretend that they just don't see?" The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. We have to be really aware of the collective type of cultural winds that pull us in directions that are just completely irrational and immoral that we as a collective society have just accepted.
I don't think we have just accepted it, though. It's never been like a widely accepted thing. There have always been people on our side that have always protested.
Well, I understand, but that's not the bulk of the society. Just like 150 years ago, 150 years ago, I would be sending you photos of slaves that have been whipped, and you'd be like, well, it's their property, their decision. So what I'm saying is that we have to really be aware of the common denominator sentiments of morality in America that are propagandizing us. Like, you can't ignore the evidence of your eyes and ears forever.
I do see what you're saying, but like my eyes and ears led me to a very different conclusion. And I don't know.
But when I show that to you, your answer is, oh my gosh, that's not horrible, we should end that. It's, oh, that only happens maybe 10 to 20,000 babies a year.
There is a point at which, I mean, to me at least, there is a difference between a first trimester abortion and a third trimester abortion. A pretty clear difference to me. And I think one is significantly more moral than the other. The other being probably immoral to me. But
so I just talked to a lady and she's like, what are you guys doing about foster care? What do you think about free lunches? Just kind of like you said about preschool and stuff. And I'm like, I'm all for it. And she's, you know, she's going thing after thing after thing. And I'm like, well, this is what we do. And if there's an open door, we're going to walk through it. And I'm like, what are you doing? And it's great to have these ideas, but like, let's go do something, let's go walk the walk. I love all these ideas. I have had more blessings walking this walk than just sitting at home with my ideas and helping women who are like, this was my last resort, or helping clinics that are outside of a Planned Parenthood. I talked to a girl who was like 17 years old, and she said, I take the abortion pill as my birth control. This is the 9th time I've taken it. And I think she was trying to shock me. And I said, I'm praying for you and your 9 dead babies. And she went, she didn't realize she was killing her babies. She thought that this was just like, this will just start my period again. Mm-hmm. And when you talk about
that's not even choice.
That's not even choice. We're not educating our women.
That I think consent is like the most important thing ever.
But so I think my choice now to have is it my choice to have aborted fetuses in our water now? Is it my choice to have that? It's not. That's not what I want in my water source. That's what's happening. When you take the abortion
in your water source.
Well,
are you kidding me? Would you flush the toilet?
Oh, when you flush, okay.
When you take the abortion
you could say the same thing about having a period. There's the same amount of cells. And if you're taking Plan B, you're taking that within 48 hours of having unprotected
I'm not
sex.
talking about Plan B. I'm talking about the abortion pill.
Okay, the abortion pill as that
So
works
what she's saying.
6 weeks.
No, it's not 6 weeks.
No. It's approved, federally approved through the FDA up to 10 weeks.
Okay, up to 10 weeks. So still first trimester. Yeah. There's still not.
But groups like Aid Access, groups like Plan C are actively, pushing this well past that period. Yeah. We could talk about the safety of the abortion pill. That's a little bit tangential because the reason why I against the abortion pill isn't because, I don't think women should have the ability to take medications outside of the thing of the government. It's just because it kills a baby. That's all. The only reason I'm against it. But it does so happen to be the fact that the abortion pill, massive meta-analysis of the abortion pill with insurance came out. Over almost 1 million people were surveyed, and they found that 1 out of every 10 women who take the abortion pill ends up at an ER with either an incomplete abortion or sepsis or hemorrhaging. So it is very dangerous. It's been a controlled substance with the REMS program for a long time, but that's a whole nother matter. But
my solution to that is obviously very different than yours, which is legalize like medical abortions, make them more accessible. That's my
your solution to the dangers of the abortion pill is more abortion pills?
No, legalizing like medical procedural abortion. So.
I mean, I wish the abortion industry shared your view there, because they are
a lot more comfortable and easier to do it at home, though, I assume.
Well, yeah, no, and they can make a lot more money in the long term, because if your goal is eugenics and you can just give out thousands and thousands of abortions. Now 63% of the abortions that exist in America are with the abortion pill itself. I don't like that because I don't like either abortion, but at least if it's in a building, I can counsel the woman and see, hey, how can I help you so that you don't feel like this is your only option? But these women at home are just taking these pills like candy, and a lot of them are ending up in ERs. And that's not very empowering either. So
we just had a bill passed in Colorado that the abortion pill is allowed in every wellness clinic on every campus. And so these girls are going into their dorm rooms by themselves and they're struggling. And so I'm like, then
and that's scary.
Why are we having can't have a baby? Why are we having?
Well, she already has a baby.
She does.
She
already has a baby
for a baby. She's in college.
Well,
she's taking.
I would love to adopt that baby.
That had a baby.
I've been trying to adopt a baby for 10 years. How come all these people have babies they didn't want, and I can't even get one?
Right. Yeah.
Anyway.
Of course, there's birth control. They also happens. People make mistakes. I don't think that entitles another person, even let's say it is a baby, straight up. I don't think that entitles another person to like.
You just don't think
depend
God
on
makes
So,
you
but I mean, doesn't that apply to that?
And I don't believe in God, and so that's I think the like that's the root of it, and of course, because you're gonna believe something different, and that's cool. I think I consider myself. I actually don't know what I consider myself, but I know I don't believe in like a Christian God, and I know I don't believe in, I guess, organized religion in that sense. But I think that that's kind of what it comes down to ultimately. It's how you perceive a human life. So, I don't know, but
What's your name?
my name's Thea.
Nice to meet you, Thea. What's your name?
My name's Aria.
Nice to meet you, Aria. I'm AJ. And this is Kirsten.
Nice to
Kirsten, sorry.
Nice to meet you. You guys are a
Taylor.
blessing, and really, I'm praying for you. I'm never gonna forget you. You guys are awesome.
This is why we come out here, for conversations like this. Yeah. Appreciate you, Thea.
She's the cutest little.
God bless you.